all of this stuff that's been going on, we kind of just go from one option to the next option to the next option. How are you truly going to get to know someone on a deeper level if you have so many other people that you're juggling and trying to get to know? How do you truly get to know someone on a deeper level if you're spreading yourself all over the place? Unless that's what you want. But again, if that is what you want, then you need to make it clear. And the same goes for the other party. If you're not interested in being juggled or an option, then you need to be clear with that as well. And state, it's okay. If that is what you want, that is fine. But it is not what I want. I am not looking for that. I'm looking for someone who I can get to know, who's going to get to know me on a deeper level, who I'm going to be able to spend time with, communicate with, and get to really know. But again, if you have this option and that option and 5 other options and 3 other options, how do you really even get to know a person? How? It's impossible. You're spreading your energy so thin, and then you become frustrated and you become exhausted. But again, if that is what you want, then just be clear. Just be clear from the start. So this is what I've been finding the last couple of weeks with a lot of people, where they're, into the relationship, into the person that they met, and the other person is not. They think that everything is going well, and stuff is going well. The relationship is moving along, but it's not moving along in a way where there's no clarity of, and it's so much not so much putting a label on it, but more like clarity. This is okay. I want to get to know you. Therefore, I choose not to invest my energy in other options because I really want to get to know you. Okay, if you choose to be involved in other people, then be clear with that is all I'm saying. Okay, so again, communicate what it is you are looking for. This is what this whole transformation is about. At this point, you should know what it is you want and what you don't want. And we learn that from all of the relationships and experiences we've gone through in the past. So what is it that you truly want? What is it that you are so frustrated about in an existing relationship, or a relationship that you would like to be more invested in? What is it that is bothering you? What is it that's frustrating you about that relationship or the relationship that you would like to be in? You already know. You're probably thinking about it over and over in your head. Probably losing sleep over it, trying to figure it all out. But why do we got to sit there and try to figure shit out? Like, why do we got to figure it all out? Why do we have to give ourselves such mental conflict over things? And all we have to do is communicate it, express it. What is it that you want? What are you looking for? This is what I want. Right? And it's not so much about what you need, because we have everything we need inside of ourselves. It's more about what you want and how you want to add to your life. What you want to add to your life is what I meant to say. So just say it. What is the problem? What is the worst thing that can happen? The person runs? The person says, I'm not looking for that? Okay, so at least now you know. And you're not investing time over time, waiting for somebody to say something or do something. Say it right from the damn start. I'm sorry, I'm just at a different place in my life right now. And, and I'm in this place because of all the other, because of whatever relationships I've gone through. And I see it over and over. Men have a very hard time communicating. They do, because it's that stigma that's put on them. You can't express because you're vulnerable. What? You need to be vulnerable. You need to be vulnerable. You need to be you. Why do you have to follow in the footsteps of what they say a man is supposed to be, right? Who are you? We're individuals. You're your own individual man. You don't have to step in any other. Just be yourself. Be yourself. Express your truth. You can really, really waste so much time and energy with so much mental conflict that you put on yourself, thinking over and over and over in your head. What do I do? What is this? Where should I go? What should I say? Should I, continue? Is there something wrong with me? Why are they not reaching out? Why are they not seeing me more? Why are they not texting me? Why are they not? Really? But did you communicate that to them? Did you say to them, well, this is how it makes me feel when you do this. This is how it makes me feel when you do that. It's not about putting anything on the other person, because that's not fair. You cannot do that. You cannot put those expectations on other people, because they may not be ready. They may not want what you want. But the only way that is going to be cleared up is if it is communicated. If you're going into a relationship knowing already what you want, then you need to be clear and state that right from the start. Because then you just invest so much time and energy waiting to be chosen, constantly being juggled, option after option. No, that's not fair. It's not fair to you. And it's also not fair to all the other people if you're the person that's doing that. You need to be clear with all those people as well. You have to let them know, I'm not looking for a relationship. I'm just looking for a good time. How many notches can I get in my belt, right? How many people are going to entertain me? How many people are going to give me so much attention? If you need that damn much attention, then you need to really look within yourself to see what it is that you're missing within yourself. Because not everyone you shouldn't need so much attention to feel valued. You should be valuing yourself for who you are, your worth. You should know your worth. You should know your value, right? So if you are struggling with that need to have so many other options and to juggle so many different people at one time, I'm going to tell you also, okay? Because I'm very empathic, and I am very, very, very sensitive to energies. I'm going to share a secret with you. Especially if you're an empath, okay? And even if you're not. When you are sharing yourself with multiple people, do you know there's an exchange of energy each and every time? Did you know that? Did you know, especially for women, that we are the receivers? So if our partner has all these other options and having sex with some of these options and having sex with you, do you know you're the receiver? You're receiving that energy. You're receiving not only their energy, you're receiving the energy of all the partners that they've been with. You take that on. You become that energy. And in the process, they take your energy. And then they're sharing your energy with everybody else. Isn't that crazy? But it is true. This is truth. And so many people get messed up because of this. We're taking on these energies. And if you're with people who are very toxic, if you're sharing your energy sexually, sharing your energy with toxic people, you're taking on that toxicity within yourself. It's so important for you to clear yourself, clear your energy, clear your sacral area when you are with multiple people. And even one person, you need to clear and balance your energy out. So beware, my loves. You're sharing energy. Energy exchanging. You're exchanging energy when you are in an intimate relationship with someone. So imagine if you're in an intimate relationship with many people, you're taking on all of that energy. It's blocking the hell out of you. And if you're super sensitive or an empath, you become a lot of that energy. And then you can't even identify your own energy from their own energy because you don't even know it. Okay? So women especially, okay, you need to be really careful who you share your energy with sexually. Exchange of energy, because we are receivers and we take on all of that energy. So we really, really need to make sure that we clear. But I just thought I'd share that little trinket with you. But again, my loves, like I said, this communication has been coming up really, really big between clients and just in energy itself and the collective. And the downloads that I've been getting in my walk and reflecting today, it's really, it was coming up really big today. So I want you to be aware, that how important, be very mindful of how important it is to be able to communicate. Because if we don't communicate, all we're doing is blocking ourselves. We're blocking our energies. We're blocking, and when you block yourself from expressing, it can turn into a lot of other things. It can turn into throat problems and thyroid problems. You never express your truth. You feel stuck all the time. Our throat is very, very important. Very, very important. So I wanted to share a card because just to confirm or validate what I was going to talk about, communication, I pulled some cards, and a card that came out to kind of confirm that I needed to speak about this today was communication. See? Do you see how big it is? It even came out. Communication, throat chakra, right? Blue represents our throat chakra. Okay, so whenever we're feeling like we're something stuck here, especially if you just had interaction with someone and something was said and you weren't able to express what you needed to express, notice how it affects you. It could affect you in your throat bothering you. It could affect you in frustration coming out, anxiety coming out, anger. All of these things will show. Why are they showing up? Because you're not expressing your truth, right? And it's going to keep coming out and coming in as anger and frustration and anxiety because you're not expressing what you need to express. So you need to look at that, all right? So I'm going to read a little bit of what this card, communication, is in more detail, okay? And this represents, again, our throat chakra. Okay, throat chakra. You have called upon this card today to let you know it's an important time for communication. Yes, you see, that's why it's been coming up so strong. And again, I know we're in Mercury retrograde, so there's a delay in communication. So things are not coming out as clear, but we're getting very close. I think the 18th, Mercury retrograde is going to be done. So I feel like communication is coming up even more. So I want you to really pay attention and be mindful of the things that you need to express, because you don't want them to turn into negative things. You don't want it to get blocked and turn into throat problems or thyroid problems or physical problems or frustrations and all these other emotions. It's not necessary. When all you have to do is just speak your truth, and you're going to feel so much better, even if it's not reciprocated, even if it's not received in a good way. Because again, rejection is God's protection. Okay? So never feel like you're being rejected because there's something wrong with you, because then you don't know your value and your own worth. You need to know your own worth and value. And when you know your own worth and your own value, you're not going to feel rejected. You might get hurt because the other person is not communicating that back to you. But again, then maybe they're not the one that's supposed to be in your life, right? So you have called upon this card today to let you know it's an important time for communication. All healthy connections and relationships are built on a solid base of good communication. Relationships and communications, very important. Very important. It is easy to hold back or alter your words in order to prevent hurting someone's feelings, just as we were talking about. Fear of rejection or the possibility of creating some form of conflict. However, it is important that you share your thoughts and feelings honestly with those around you to create and build long-lasting, healthy relationships. When you doubt, hinder, or manipulate the flow in communication, the interference blocks the throat chakra. Do you see? And I didn't even read this when we were talking about, but this is validation, confirmation. When you doubt, hinder, or manipulate the flow in communication, and I'm clearing your throat chakras, as you hear, because I transmute people's energy. So here we go. When you doubt, hinder, or manipulate the flow in communication, this interference blocks the throat chakra and can create a world of suppression and confusion. Yes, holding on to unexpressed thoughts and feelings can lead to pain, confusion, and unhealthy patterns. Yes, that's true, so true. Take a moment to see if there is anyone in your life you are not communicating effectively with due to fear, rejection, and maybe even unwanted conflict. You are being encouraged at this time to speak up and share your feelings. Communication can also mean writing your feelings down on paper, which is also a good tool to use. Do what is required to action your communication. You may even like to try some healing and clearing processes on your throat chakra. A few great crystals to work with to clear the chakra are blue lace agate. That's a great stone to use. Blue lace agate. Blue kyanite also. And chrysocolla. That one I'm not too sure. I don't work with that one, but I've worked with blue lace agate and blue kyanite. Take some time and space for yourself. Place the crystal on your throat chakra and breathe in the crystal's energy, helping it to open and clear. Breathe it in, breathe it out. Make sure you are communicating from a place of love and compassion, and that you deliver and that your delivery is clear and centered. Communication is also about listening, right? Communication is definitely about listening. So we can communicate, but we have to be able to listen. We need to listen to hear our inner voice and when people are speaking to us, okay? Because not everyone speaks clearly. So you have to listen to really understand what they're trying to say. But again, if we're clear when we communicate, we don't have to listen too hard. Anyway. Okay, make sure you are communicating from a place of love and compassion and that your delivery is clear and centered. Communication is also about listening. Make sure that as you communicate, you also listen with an open heart and without judgment. That is so important. No judgment. No judgment. As you trust, you will feel a huge weight off your shoulders and a natural healing will occur. You will feel a deeper connection with yourself and those around you. And the affirmation that you can use is, I communicate in all ways with ease and grace. Let's say that again. I communicate in all ways with ease and grace. Repeat that over and over and over. But yeah, that just kind of confirms what we were talking about, right? So really, you're going to feel so much relief when you can finally express what you've been thinking about and driving yourself crazy about, right? All the things that you need to know, need to clear up, need to express, okay? But you have to also be open, and you have to also be ready to be okay with whatever is reciprocated back. So whatever is communicated back to you may not be what it is that you want, or what you're imagining in your mind that you want the relationship to be, okay? And it can be anything, not just relationship, but it's just, I feel like relationships is really big right now because this is what's been going on in the collective. And this is what's been going on with so many of my clients coming in frustrated because they can't communicate what they truly want. But you can communicate whatever the hell you want to communicate and express whatever you want if you allow yourself to be vulnerable and allow yourself to do it without worrying or fearing that you're going to get rejected or, it's not going to be received. You have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with that because I'm telling you, even if it doesn't come back in the way that you would like it to be or what you imagine it to be, you should feel proud of yourself for being able to express your truth in it. And guess what? Now you got your answer, even if it's not what you want to hear. So now it's going to put your mind at ease. It's going to give you peace, right? So this is where I'm saying, don't let the fear of what you may hear stop you from expressing what it is you need to express. Okay? It's really important for you to do this because it is definitely going to empower you. It's definitely going to feel, even though in the moment it may not feel that way, especially if they don't receive it the way that you would like them to receive it. But again, at least you'll get your answer. And you don't have to waste any more time and any more energy wondering, right? You say what you got to say. They say what they have to say. Now you know. What do we do next now? Now then the choice comes in. What do you want to do? Okay? If you are going in with a clear knowing of what it is you want, and they're not going to be able to provide what it is that you want, okay, then you have to be truthful with yourself to not continue putting yourself in that energy, hoping things are going to change. Because they can change, but they may not change. And if it is not emotionally fulfilling you, and you're not receiving what it is that you want, okay, to add to your life. And it's not about, maybe you don't want to get married. Maybe you don't want to, that's okay. But you want to be in a relationship where you're the only one. That you're not being juggled or an option, And if you are, then you have to be okay with that. Because maybe that's what you want. Maybe you're okay with dating different people or having someone else that's dating different people and talking to other people. But if it's something that is going to disturb your peace, and it is something that is going to disturb your peace and create mental conflict, then it is not the kind of relationship that you need to be in. Okay? Because then you're just wasting a lot of energy. And you're spending a lot of time being unhappy. All right? So, my loves, communication. So important for us to be able to communicate our truths. And this transformation is big. We really are in a place right now, in a time right now, where we are being forced to step into our authenticity and truth to get to that next cycle, to get to the next part. We can't move and elevate, or go into a higher frequency, which is where we're all trying to get to, if we are not truthful with ourselves. Right? Being honest with yourself about what makes you happy, what does not make you happy, what emotionally fulfills you, what does not fulfill you. Expressing what you need to express in truth and honesty. It's going to liberate you. It's going to be a whole nother level of awareness and so much more closer to you being in alignment with you. Because this whole journey is about us finally getting into that place of alignment with self, where nothing on the outside can disturb our peace. Yeah, we're going to have our crazy stuff happening in the world, right? But your own personal space, your own personal journey will not get disrupted when you're in alignment. And if it does, if things come in, and they will, things will come in, more challenges, more healing will come in. When you continue to move on in this on this level, on this new frequency, when it comes in, you're going to be able to receive it, recognize it, and release it quicker than you ever have. And that gives you the space to do and to be whatever it is you want, right? And to receive whatever you want and to manifest whatever you want, right? Because it's going to come in, you're going to recognize it, and then you're going to let it go. Whereas in the past, in our past versions and the versions of others before us, it comes in, we hold on to it, we suppress it, we repress it, it becomes us. It defines us. We allow it to define who we are. In turn, what happens? We end up becoming what we are not because of our experiences. Does that make sense? So all the stuff that we hold in, the stuff that we do not let go or heal, the things that have been programmed into us, the things that we've been carrying from generation to generation, we let all of that, the limitations that we put on ourselves to stop us from being true to who we really are. All of those things we let define who we are. Therefore, moving on in our lives, as we continue moving in our life, we never are happy. We're never in alignment with ourselves because we're trying to be something that we are not. We are trying to be someone that we thought we were supposed to be because of conditioning and limitations and programming. This transformation is about us seeing that, recognizing that that is not us. This is us. What is it that we want? What makes us happy moving forward? We create what we want, not what we think or thought was supposed to be us. When we are out of alignment, when we are unhappy and struggling, it's because we're not being true to who we really are. We're being something or someone that we thought we were supposed to be. Therefore, wearing a mask, creating illusions. This is about truth and authenticity, people. Step in your power. Express your truth. It's going to set you free. It really will. You won't have any more sleepless nights because you're being true to you. And like I said, even when you express and it's not reciprocated in the way you think it's going to be, you still spoke your truth. So there, give yourself credit. And that is going to help you to grow even more because you did it, right? Have an amazing day. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, everyone. Happy Halloween coming up soon. I can't believe this month is almost over. Wow, this year is almost over. It's a crazy, crazy year. Yeah, it flew, right? It really did fly. But enjoy, my love. See you next time. Bye.